Hello students, welcome to the lecture of computer graphics. I am Shravani Kundu, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. Today I want to discuss the difference between DDA and Bresenham line drawing algorithm. Apart from that, we will solve different problems for these two algorithms. So now, before solving the algorithm, first I want to discuss what is the difference between DDA and Bresenham. So you can see for the DDA algorithm, so the formula or equations to compute the points for the lines is, so if m is less than equals to 1, then the x will be incremented by 1. That means x equals to x plus 1. Or better, I should write next x. That means x of I plus 1 is equals to xi plus 1. And y of I plus 1 equals to m plus yi. So using these two equations, we can compute the value of x. Now, if the slope of the line is greater than 1, so in that case, x will be calculated like x of I plus 1, that means the x value of I plus 1th iteration is equals to 1 by m plus xi, and the y value for the I plus 1 iteration is equals to yi plus 1. So by using these two equations, we can, and depending on the gradient, we can compute the points of the different points on the line. Now the thing is that how to compute the m. So m is the nothing but the gradient. So what we have to do, the m is dy by dx. Okay. So if m is dy by dx, in that case, so dy is the difference between two endpoints of the line. So as we know, dy is nothing but y2 minus y1 if y2 and y1 are the y value of two endpoint of this line segment, and x2 and x1 is the two endpoint in x coordinate of the line segment. That means the starting point of the line segment is x1 y1 and the ending point of the line segment is x2 y2. So by using this equation, we can compute the m. Now obviously you can see this equation can generate a floating point value, okay, or a fractional value. So as it is fractional, so while we are dealing with all those equations, we have to go for the fractional computation. Whereas, so this is the major disadvantage for the DDA line drawing algorithm. So the major disadvantage of the DDA line drawing algorithm can be solved by using the Bresenham line drawing algorithm. So one thing you can say that the what is the advantage of the DDA. So if you see the equation and the derivation of the between DDA and Bresenham, if you compare the derivation between these two algorithms, you can see that the DDA line drawing algorithm is quite simpler than the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, and it is DDA is also faster compared to the Bresenham line drawing algorithm. But the major disadvantage for the DDA line drawing algorithm is we need to perform the floating point operation. That means when floating point operation incurs more time compared to the integer operation. So here if you consider in terms of the computation time, DDA algorithm requires more computational time compared to the Bresenham line drawing algorithm. And as there is a fractional computations are there, so and you know that that our display device has a set of pixels, and the number of pixels is only the integer. That means there is there is no floating point concept about the pixel. Like the pixel value will be 1, 2, 3, or 1, like that. So there is no concept of pixel number 1, pixel number 1.5. So this type of concept is not there. Pixel is always whole number. So while we are computing the points using the DTA line drawing algorithm, so we need to approximate the value of either y or x depending on the value of m. So while we are approximating the value of m, it cannot generate, it cannot give you the good accuracy. So in terms of the accuracy, the DTA line drawing algorithm is poor compared to the Bresenham. So as our objective is to discuss the disadvantage, so what are the disadvantages between DDA and Bresenham, if I want to compare the between these two algorithms, we can say the Bresenham algorithm is comparatively better than the DDA algorithm in terms of the computational complexity and in terms of the accuracy. So we are writing the disadvantage of DDA. So what are the disadvantages? Number one, the first disadvantage is accuracy is poor, and the second disadvantage is we need to perform a floating point operation. We need to perform floating point operation. So floating point operation requires more cost compared to the integer operation. So these two are the major disadvantages between of DTA algorithm. Fine. So I think now it is clear that what are the equations for the DDA, how we can compute the points on the line segment, and what are the disadvantages for DDL algorithm. Now next we will discuss the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, and we will just, as in the is my previous class, I already discussed how I already show you how to derive the equation, how to derive the error parameter for the Bresenham line drawing algorithm. So I'm just going in very brief that what are the equations are there for the Bresenham line drawing algorithm. So as you know that for the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, there is an error parameters. So the error parameters are basically like this one. So here the error parameter is, so now I am discussing the formula for Bresenham's algorithm. Okay, Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. So here the generalized formula, that means that if I want to calculate the error at k plus 1 for the k plus 1th iteration, so this error parameter is like p of k plus 1 is equals to pk plus 2 dy minus 2 dx and y of k plus 1 minus yk. Fine. So this is the error parameters for the k plus 1th iteration. And initially we have to compute the P0. So to compute the P0, the equation is P0 equals to 2 dy minus dx. So here you can see we need to compute. So what is the basic logic of the Bresenham algorithm? The basic logic of the Bresenham algorithm is we have to compute these error parameters pk plus 1 and we have to initially compute P0. Then based on the P0, we will compute P1, then P2, then P3, like that. And based on the error parameters, we can decide whether for a particular value of X, what will be our next Y value. So like this one, so if you know the P0, so what you have to do, you have to compute the P1. So your P1 will be nothing but the P0 plus these equations, 2dy and all those things. Now we will compute the P1. Now in the next iteration, you will check whether if P1 is greater than 0. Fine. So if the P1 is greater than 0, the greater than equals to 0. So what we can say, greater than equals to 0 means our point is very closer. The actual Y value is very closer to the YK plus 1. Fine. Again, I am telling, if the value of P0, the error parameters is greater than equals to 0, that indicate our Y of what will be the Y value for the K plus 1th iteration. The Y value for the of K plus 1th iteration will be the Y value of the previous iteration plus 1. And X value will be same. X value of the K plus 1th iteration is nothing but, so here if we can generalize it in terms of the K, so we can write it if P of K plus 1, so I have to compute it. If P of K plus 1, we have generalized it in terms of the K. So if P of K plus 1 is greater than equals to 0, that means the next Y value at the K plus 1th iteration is YK plus 1, and the Y value at K plus X value of the K plus 1th iteration is nothing but the XK plus 1. Alternatively, if P of K plus 1 is less than 0. Less than 0 means the Y value is very closer to the YK. So the Y value at K plus 1th iteration will be same as the Y value of the previous iteration, and the X value at K plus 1th iteration will be nothing but the XK plus 1. So these two are the equations for the are used. So this is the totally this is the entire logic we have to use to compute the points on the line segment using the Bresenham algorithm. Now, another important thing is that why you are dealing with the K plus 1th iteration. So why you are in the this iteration, K plus 1th iteration. So at this iteration, as you are computing the X value and Y value of this iteration, along with that, you have to compute the error parameter for the next iteration. That means you have to, at K plus 1th iteration, you have to compute the error value for the K plus 2th iteration. And how to compute? You have to compute the error value like this one, P of K plus 1 plus 2 dy minus 2 dx. Now, this term is very important. So, here, what we have to write here? What are the things we have to write over here? Now, see, if the first condition is satisfied, in that case, what will be the yk plus 1? The yk plus 1 is yk plus 1. So basically, these terms will, after cancelling the yk terms, we will get 1. So here, we will get only 1. So if the first condition is satisfied, fine. But if the second condition is satisfied, then in that case, so while we will get 1, when the value of pk plus 1 is greater than equals to 0. Fine. But if the value of pk plus 1 is less than 0, that means if the value is less than 0, in that case, less than 0 means what is the y of k plus 1? The y of k plus is yk. So we have to replace yk over here. So both the terms will get cancelled and this particular section will be 0. So it will be 0 for this iteration. So what happened? Either depending on the value of y value at k plus 1th iteration, we have to decide whether it will be 1 or it will be 0. If it is 1, then the p of error parameter for the second k plus 2 iteration is p of k plus 1 plus 2 dy minus 2 dx. Otherwise, the error parameter at k plus 2th iteration is the error parameter of k plus 1th iteration plus 2 dy. Okay, so based on the y value, you have to compute the error parameter. So this is all about the Bresenham line drawing algorithm. So what are the things you are required? You require this equation, you require this equation, and you require to compute this two. So here you can see, except addition, integer addition, there is no floating point operations are there. So we are saving the time. So in this way, the Bresenham line drawing algorithm is far more better than the DDA line drawing algorithm, as we don't need to perform any floating point operation. Now, what I will do, I will show you how for the same line segment, we will apply the Bresenham and DDA line drawing algorithm for a same line segment, and I will show you that how these two algorithm can generate more accurate, that means which algorithm generate more accurate line and which one generate the less accurate line. Fine. So consider an example where the example is, you have a line segment, you have a line segment where the starting point is 0, 0 and the ending point is 6, 7. Okay. Now we will find out the points on this line segment using the DDA line drawing algorithm and using the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, and then we will plot it. Clear? So what we will do now, so first we will find out the points for this line segment using the DDA algorithm. So we will use the DDA algorithm. So you know what will be the equation of the DDA algorithm? So as per this algorithm, what we have to do, first we have to compute the value of m. Fine. And what is m? M is nothing but dy dx. Dy means 7 minus 0. So dy is the difference between the y value of the line segment. So dy is nothing but the 7 minus 0, and dx is nothing but the 6 minus 0. Fine. So here the y value will be 7 by 6. Okay. So if the y value is 7 by 6, that means the value, so definitely if we compute it, it is greater than 1. So that indicates the value of m is greater than 1. Okay. So if the value of m is greater than 1, and if you compute it further, so you can get this value is like near about the, it will be 0. So what would be 7 by 6? 0.667. Fine. So not like that. I just made some mistake. So it will be 7 by 6. So 7 by 6 is 1 point. What will be? So let me. 1 point something. 1.6, like this one. So this will be the m value. It is in this way you can compute the m. Okay. So now now next one is, so here you can see the value of m is greater than 1. So if the value of m is greater than 1, so it will be what will be the value of m is greater than 1? So how we can compute the x at the x of I plus 1 and y of I plus 1? So how we can compute it? Okay. So it will approximate 1.67. So x of I plus 1 is nothing but 1 by m plus xi, and y of I plus 1 is nothing but yi plus 1. As I discussed just before, that if the value of m is greater than 1, so in that case the x value will be incremented by this one and y value will be incremented by this one. Fine. So based on these two equations, we will compute the points. So how we can compute? So let me draw a chart like that. So initially, the first point is, as you know, the 0, 0. Okay, so this is our first point. Now, what will be our second point? So as you know that y will be incremented by 1. So here the y value, so I need to compute x1 and y1. This is x0, y0. So this is my, I can say it is my x0 and y0. So write it in the tabular format, then it will be better for you. So this is x, this is our y, this is a 0th iteration, the value is 0, 0. In the first iteration, it will be, the y value will be 1 and the x value will be 0 plus 1 by m. So if you compute 1 by m, 1 by m means what? You have to compute 6 by 7. So if you compute the 6 by 7, it will be nothing but 0.857. Fine. So it will be 0.0 plus 0.857. Is it clear? Because it is, we have to compute 1 by m. 1 by m, if m is 7 by 6, then 1 by m will be 6 by 7. So it will be 0.0857. So the next point will be this one. So if I compute it, so I will not go for the addition. I will not show the addition in details. So what I will do, I will write down m. M here, 1 by m is 1 by m is equals to 6 by 7, which is nothing but 0.857. 0.857, and then what I will do, it will be a 0 plus 0.857. So the value will be 0.857. I will not do the addition, I will directly write down the value. Okay. Now in the second iteration, the y will be directly incremented by 1. So now what will be the x value? The x value will be again the same. The previous x value was this one and the next x value is 1 by m plus xy. So it will be 0.857 plus 0.857. See, make it clear. So in my first iteration, the x value is this one. So in the second iteration, what will be the x value? In second iteration, x value will be the x value of the first iteration divided plus 1 by m. So I have to compute 0.857 plus 0.1857. So it will be like 1.714. Okay. So in my third iteration, x value will be 3, y value will be 3. Again, I have to add 0.857 with this value. So if I add 0.857 with this value, what I will get? I will get the value 2.571. Fine. Now in my fourth iteration, if this is the y value will be 4, so what will be my x value? My x value will be this 2.571 plus 0.857. So if you add it, it will be become 3.428. Fine. in the next iteration, the xy value will be 5. Okay. So again, I have to add 0.857 with the previous x value. So it will now become 4.285. Okay. Now, in the next iteration, 5 will become 6. Okay. Now, my x value, what will be my x value? So my x value will be 4.285 plus 0.857. So if you do it, it will become 5.142. And in the last iteration, 7th iteration, this y it is last, the y value will reach to 7. So 7 is the end point of the line segment. So this will be the last iteration. Fine. I reach to the end point of the y. So now what will be my x value? 5.142 plus 0.857. We have to add it. So it will now become 5.99. So near about 6. So if you round it up, because as you can see that my pixels cannot be a fractional value. So always it should be an integer. So we have to round it up. So the points will be like this one. It will be 0, 0.857. So we can consider this value as 1, because as you know, if it is 0.5 greater than if there is 0.5, we can round it up to the next integer. 1.7 can be considered 2. Okay. Now this one 2.5 can be considered at 3. Now 3.4, it will be considered as 3.4. Next one is 4.2, it will be considered as 4.5. 5.1, it will be considered at 5.6. And then the last one will be considered as 6.7. So those are the points for that line segment which is generated by the DDA line drawing algorithm. So what are my coordinates? The coordinates on the line segment is 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 6, 7. Okay. Now we will solve the same problem using the Bressenham line drawing algorithm. So same problem will be solved using the Bressenham line drawing algorithm. So I think it is clear to you. So we will keep this value in one side. So this is the point segment for the DDA. Now we will go for the Bressenham. So as you know, in the Bressenham line drawing algorithm, so this m, so definitely again it will depends on the value of m, as I discussed in just before, that how to compute the equation in the Bressenham line drawing algorithm. So you have to compute the m. M means you have to compute the dy dx. Fine. So now we are generating the point segment for the Bressenham's line drawing algorithm. Okay. So what we will do, we will first compute dy. What is my dy? Dy is 7 minus 0, so it will be 7. And what is my dx? Dx will be 6 minus 0, so it will be 6. My x0 is 0 and my y0 is also 0. And what we have to do, I have to compute the P0. So what is the formula for P0? The formula for the P0 is 2 dy minus dx. Okay. So if you put the value of dy and dx, it will be, so it is 7. So 14 minus 6, so it will be 8. Okay. So you see, I just put the value of the dy and dx in these equations and I'm getting the result. Fine. Now, so I know what is the value of P0. Now the thing is that if P0 is okay, just a minute. One thing I have to I will discuss to you. Just a minute. One thing. The thing is that here I have to change I have to also, before doing all those things, I have to compute the value of m. Fine. So we will compute the value of m. So as you know that what is the value of m? M is dy by dx. Okay. So if you compute the dy by dx, it will be your 7 by 6, which is greater than 1. So in the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, one important trick is that, so whatever the equations you know, whatever the equation we have computed, for all the equations, the m value is the less than equals to 1. Fine. Now here, the value of m is greater than 1. So if the value of m is greater than 1, what we have to do, we have to change only the x and y. Okay. So here that dy is 7 and dx is 6, we will do the procedure as it is. Listen it very carefully. We will do all the procedure as it is, but if the m value is greater than, that means the slope is greater than 1, so in that case, what you have to do, you have to interchange dy and dx. You have to interchange dy and dx. So if you interchange the dy and dx, so what happened? So after interchanging, so this dy is now become, so previously we compute the dy is 7, so it is now become 6 and dx is now become 7. Okay. So after interchanging these, you have to compute the P0 now. Again, I am telling, make it clear that in case of Bresenham line drawing algorithm, if the m value is less than equals to 1, then do as it is, as I discussed in the class. But if the m value is greater than 1, in that case, there is a small tricks. You have to interchange the value of dy and dx. Okay. Now, after interchanging the value of dy and dx, you have to compute, rest of the procedures are same. You have to compute the P0. So, what is the formula of the P0? The formula of the P0 is 2 dy dx, 2 dy minus dx, as I discussed. Okay. So, if it is 2 dy dx, now put the value of dy is 6. So, it will be 6 plus 2, 12 minus 7. So, it will be 5. So my P0 is 5. Now do as here, you should make a table like this one. You put the value of P for ith iteration. You write down the x, you write down the y value, and you compute the for I plus 1th iteration. So you make a table with all 4 parameters. So in the 0th iteration, what is my P0? P0 is 5. Okay. So I know P0 is this one. So if P0 is 5, so as per the algorithm, if P value is greater than 1, if the P value is greater than 1, that means the point is nearest to the Y value. So here the X should be incremented by 1 and Y also should be incremented by 1. Okay. So it will be X1 and Y1. Previously it is 0, 0. If you go to the algorithm, you check it, if the error parameter is greater than 1, so you have to increase the x value, you have to increase the y value. Okay, so after increasing the x value and y value, what we will get it is 1 1. Now after getting 1 1, you have to compute the p of I plus 1. So what is the formula for p of I plus 1? As I just discussed before, that p of I plus 1 is pi plus 2 dy minus 2 dx, and within bracket y of I plus 1 minus y. Okay. So here we have to compute the p1. We have to compute p1. So how we can compute the p1? P1 is equals to p0 plus 2 dy. What is the value of dy? Dy is 6. 2 into 6 minus 2 into dx. Okay, it into 2 into dx. So what is the dx? Value of dx is 7. So it will be 2 into 7. Now, what is the value of yi plus 1? Yi plus 1 is 1. And the previous value is 0. So it will be 1 minus 1. So you have to compute this. What is the P0? P0 is 5. So you replace this P0 by 5. So after doing all the computation, what you will get? You will get P1 is equals to 5 plus 12 minus 14. So 12 minus 14 is minus 2, and or minus 2, or if you compute it, it will be 3. Okay. So in this way, we have to compute the value of pi and we have to put it. So we will put 3 over here. So again, in the first iteration, I have to check for this is nothing but p1. So if the p1 is greater than, so here p1 is 3, this 3 comes over here. So 3 is greater than 1, so it will be 2, it will be 2. And again, you have to compute the next value. So if you compute the next value, you can see that the error parameters for the next case will be 1. Okay. So in the next iteration, this 1 will come over here. So 1 is greater than 0. So again, it will be 3, 3. So now after doing 3, 3, if you compute the error parameter, you will get it is minus 1. Now, in the third iteration, it will be minus 1. So this is the iteration number. This part is our iteration number. So don't get confused. So this is your iteration number. This is our iteration number. Okay. So what we will do, so this is minus 1. As it is minus 1, so minus 1 means it is less than 0. So less than 0 means x will be, what we have to do now? If it is less than 1. So in that case, my y will be incremented by 1, but the x will be as it is. So as you see, we have changed the role of the x and y. As m is greater than 1, we have to just change the role of x and y. So in that algorithm, as I told you, that what we have to do, we have to increase the value of x and y. But here we have to change the role of x and y. So here, as it is minus 1, so we have to write down it like that. So my x value will be remain as it is and y will be 4. And we have to compute the again parameter error value. So the error value is 11. You compute it. Again 11 greater than 0. So it will be 4, it will be 5. And based on that, again you have to compute the error value. So if you compute the error value, you will get 9. So as it is 9, so error parameter, so this is our fourth iteration and fifth iteration, 9 will come over here. So 9 is greater than 0. Greater than 0 means you just increase it. If you increase it 5 plus, it will be 5, 6, and again you have to compute the error parameters. So if you compute it, it will be 7, and now it is 6. So this 9 will, 77 will come over here. Greater than 0, it will be 6, it will be 7, and we have to stop. You don't need to compute the error parameter further, because as we reach to the end point. Okay, so here this particular section is the x and y value for the Bresenham line drawing algorithm. So what we will do, we will copy this part. So we will keep this part. So we will keep it side by side. That it will be easy for you to understand or recognize. So here you can see that the set of points. So definitely initially you have to plot 0, 0. So that things I have not given over here. You have to plot 0, 0, as you know. You have to plot 0, 0 initial, that is the initial points. Because for that initial point we don't need to compute it. So the point, if we plot a grid, so we divide it into, so we are drawing the grid structure. Okay. So we write it down. So this is our, I think I need one more. I need one more line. So before that, I just, let me write it. It will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I need 2 more. I need 6 and 7, and again it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more here. So whatever you can draw good. You can draw the grid with equal proportion. So it is not equal proportion. So this is the grid structure. Now what we have to do, we will first plot for the DDA algorithm. Fine. So for the DDA algorithm, we will plot it. So first one is the 0, 0. Second one is the 1, 1. Third one is the 2, 2. Fourth one is the 3, 3. Fifth one is the 3, 4. So 3 and 4. Sixth one is the 4, 5. Seventh one is the 5, 6. And the last one is the 6, 7. So this is the line which you can draw, which you will get for the line segment 0067 using the DDA line drawing algorithm. So in this case, you can see that for the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, the outputs are also same. So that's why I'm not redrawing the, so here the initial points is 0, 0. As I told you that you have to plot the initial point. So 0, 0 is there. This is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. After 3, 3, there is a 3, 4. There is also 3, 4. This is 4, 5. 5, 6, 6, 7. So here, using the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, we also getting the same line points, same line segment. But here, in case of DDA, we have to do the integer compute, lots of floating point fractional computation. But in case of this is for the Bresenham. This is for the Bresenham's. So using the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, just by using the simple addition, we will get the same point segments. So this is the difference, main difference between the DDA line drawing algorithm and Bresenham line drawing algorithm. And if you go for some other problems, you also can see that the Bresenham DDA. So in this case, in this example, both the algorithms generate the same set of points. But if you go for some other problems, you can see that for the DDA and Bresenham algorithm, the Bresenham algorithm generate more accurate points compared to the DDA. So the line is more accurate in case of Bresenham line drawing algorithm rather than DDA. So that's all. That is all about the difference between the DDA and Bresenham line drawing algorithm. So I think it is clear to you. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me and practice the problem. You can get many problems from the books. You can get the problems from the net also. So by you can practice the problem, you can find out the points and you plot it, and then you can clearly understand. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you for watching my video.